My name is Lily Hood. I'm in Year 2 of King's and I am studying the English Language and Linguistics BA programme. The Linguistics programme is essentially related to the scientific analysis of language itself, so breaking down things from a tweet to looking at speech patterns and the way that people talk, different accents and dialects, so it's a nice range of different stuff. What I love the most is that it can incorporate so many different aspects of the world. The Waterloo campus that we study at is right next to the National Theatre, which is fantastic and a brilliant place to expand your knowledge on linguistics. There's a lot of shows that you can go watch that help, broaden your knowledge with things like that. Being such a renowned school, you're getting professors from all over the world. I mean, my professors come from Spain, Germany, Finland. We've got so many coming into London, so you know that you're being taught by the best. There are people from all over the world who come to do this course. I have friends who are from Singapore and Vietnam. So many people come to the course from different countries. The relevance of my course is mainly to do with society. So you learn about both the macro and micro levels of society, what influences our language, so stuff to do with class, age, ethnicity, sex or gender, and how that actually influences the language that you use. The Linguistics BA is such a broad course that can really tackle so many different aspects. One of them, for example, is language of the arts. So you're exploring how novelists and poets and playwrights, filmmakers, how they're all crafting language in various medias. Another thing that's very important is the technological side of media and how that is constantly changing with things such as social media and the different creative ways that language is being used in regards to technology that's changing. So you get to learn about how a child develops their own language and how that progresses through to adulthood, which is so important. A career that's really important that a lot of linguistics go into is teaching English as a foreign language. So you get to look at how English is taught as a second language, not from birth, which is so different, and that's really interesting. Some of the things that are covered in first year are predominantly introductions to a lot of different aspects of the BAs. It's giving you the fundamental groundwork to then progress into a certain path that you want to go into with linguistics. So basically just giving you the groundwork of things like the International Phonetic Alphabet, you get a chance to learn that. Basic introduction to communication, why words exist, how words have changed over the history. So the wonderful thing about second year is that this is when you get to figure out what you want to do. So you have a ton of optional modules that you can pick from. I'm personally interested in media and film, so I've been given the option to do a film style and media course. There are options where you can look more into the phonetic side of things. You can look into speech therapy if you want to go on to be a speech therapist. There are modules to do with that. And you also get the option to learn another language with the Modern Language Centre. So I've taken up Japanese this year, which is something that I'm really, really excited about. Third year, this is when you're doing your dissertation. So this is the really important year that you need to crack down on dissertation, and you also have to do a language research project. However, that's not all you have to do. You get optional modules again. So something that's a lot of people take advantage of on the course is the study abroad scheme. So that's really important, especially if you're wanting to get a chance to be in a different culture and experience possibly somewhere where you can go to do volunteering or something in regards to teaching. The study abroad scheme is brilliant for that. Some other great opportunities are in regards to the King's Career Portal. So King's is fantastic at supporting students when it comes to looking for careers, not only whilst you're studying, but also after you study. So there's a really great system put in place with King's where they will send you weekly career opportunities that are not only related to stuff that you can do in the course, but also graduate schemes, internships you might want to do once you graduate, which is brilliant. You can look into the mind if you want to go into that. There's a lot of stuff with data analysis, which is very important in linguistics, and looking at speech patterns and various things related to more data analysis. You can also go into the media, production assistants with the BBC, people have gone on to be journalists. Some people have even gone on to work with the government. You can become a translator. There are a ton of options that you can do with the BA. I'm looking forward to what happens after I graduate, and I think something related to journalism or media will be where I'm personally going to go. The lovely thing about King's is that it is such a globally renowned school. So I don't know, I've spoken to so many people who know King's as this really big, important school that's right in the centre of London as well, which is fantastic. So I think immediately there's that kind of element to it that they know that if you've gone to King's, you mean business. And also on top of that, the location of King's. I mean, it's in the centre of London. It's one of the most multicultural cities in the world. I honestly don't think there's a better place that you could study. So some of the facilities, especially in Waterloo campus, which is where the English Language and Linguistics is positioned at, we have a fantastic library, the Franklin Wilkins Library. It's about 2 stories high, full of books. You've got pods where you can do quiet study, you have computers everywhere where you can work with, which is fantastic. The staff and the lecturers at King's College are fantastic, from my opinion. The ones, especially in the English Language and Linguistics department, are really friendly, and I think that's really the most important part about it. You know, you can have all these professors are so well experienced, and that's brilliant, and they're teaching you what you want to know. But most importantly, I can have a conversation with my professors. They are so willing and so helpful throughout the whole course, which I really like. You know, this isn't secondary school anymore. You are in university now, and you feel that. You feel that you are now an adult. You work alongside them, they help you, and you even debate things which may question their opinion on stuff. Life on campus can be fairly busy. But I think you set yourself up for that when you start university. But for me personally, it's getting a coffee at the King's Cafe, working my way slowly to class. You go to your lectures, and then in between your breaks you can go to the cafeteria, or being in London, you can go to the Nando's down the street if you want to. And then usually it's going to the library, studying a little bit till 5, and then heading home. I've made so many fantastic friends from studying at King's, not only at my accommodation but also in the course and with societies as well, which is so important to go to because you meet people who are just like you. I think the most mind-blowing thing I've learnt from the course so far is there is a tribal group that used to exist in Australia called the Mababaram, and they had a noun in their lexicon for dog. And then hundreds of years later, we chose the noun dog to apply to a dog. So absolutely no connection to that, it was complete coincidence. We both decided to call them dog. That was my mind-blowing fact.